That's an unfortunate way to go. Hi everyone, welcome to Old Lady Reacts. I am the old lady, otherwise known as Michelle in Minneapolis. I'm a huge movie buff who's seen pretty much everything. I even worked at a video store for a few years, but somehow I skipped over an entire genre of movies. So I created this reaction channel where I react to action and superhero movies, and now TV shows, that I am viewing for the first time, and I think it's time to start a new series. So let's watch the first James Bond movie from 1962, Dr. No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a first time watch for me. I've seen some of the Bond movies, but I have no memory of them really. Either which ones I've seen or what the plots were or who was playing Bond when I watched it. I have no idea. So I vaguely remember a scene of Bond being like tied spread eagle to a table and like a big saw blade coming rather menacingly toward his crotch. And I remember, I mean, it must be in Goldfinger because like I remember the chick laying there like covered in gold and dying. So yeah, but that could be from watching the entire movie or just from seeing memes or clips of it. I'm not sure. So let's start the series of 27 movies. I mean, maybe we'll do one every other week or once a month. We'll see. I mean, if you guys aren't into it, and you know, we'll see if you really, really like it, then we'll do it more often. If you don't, nobody watches them, then, you know, I'll just put them in somewhere. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting Katie to like, hopefully go and take a nap because she's very, very verbal right now. Yes, I agree. I'm expecting some rather like ridiculous stunts and action scenes. Probably a lot of pretty misogynistic romance scenes. Weird and probably somewhat offensive and racistly portrayed villains, especially in the older ones. But also maybe like clever dialogue and fun plots and some surprises. Hopefully I'm as surprised by the quality as I was by the MCU movies because I didn't think those were going to be that great and I loved them. So shows what I know. What, honey? I'm right here. I'm right here. So yeah, and I'm expecting some great music because that's mostly what I know of the Bond films is the music. So I just downloaded some Carly Simon music and I was like, I have to get Nobody Does It Better because it's such a great song. And you all will probably have to put up with me randomly singing Goldfinger at some point. Once I'll try to keep it to one time per reaction. I'm just going to apologize for that right now because I can't help it. So right before we get started, please support my channel by subscribing so you can find me easily and watch more of my videos. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the bell to be notified when I post the next reaction. So let's dive into Dr. No. After viewing this movie, James Bond creator Ian Fleming reportedly described it as being dreadful, simply dreadful. What passes for cool in 1962. I love it. So I thought it appropriate that I have a Cosmopolitan, even though it's not in a martini glass because, you know, I ain't that fancy. And then I have my may contain alcohol t-shirt on, also appropriate. So yeah, I think we're good. What is this now?
There's a call put through to me every day about this time.
Anyway, hurry back before the cards get cold.
20 minutes.
Before the cards get cold? I like that. Is that what silencers sounded like back then? I've never heard a silencer sound like that. Did silencers exist in 1962? I love the blood. It looks almost orange. They have a little thing to deliver the cards across the table.
Andre, I must pass the shoe. Jean-Jacques, I hope you'll forgive me, but it's most important.
So was he dealing? In what casino did the players deal?
Let you know in the morning.
Splendid. My number's on the card.
Smooth.
007,
Sir?
just leave the Beretta.
I was going to say somehow, like he left his gun there. Like, no, he didn't leave his gun there.
Oh, Miss Penny, forget the usual repartee. 007's in a hurry.
Don't flirt with him. Let him get to work.
When did you say you had to leave?
Immediately.
We better hurry up then.
I'm Mr. Jones, a chauffeur from Government House. I've been sent to get you.
Well, that's fine, Mr. Jones. You can drop my luggage off at the hotel on the way. Now, hang on a minute, will you? I want to check my reservation.
I don't think he's supposed to be picking him up.
1 o'clock, then. Forgive me if I'm,
He says ominously. It looked like Harry Hamlin. Uh-oh.
Sergeant, make sure he doesn't get away.
I don't think he's going anywhere. You valet with a dead body in your car?
One medium dry vodka martini. Mixed like you said, sir, and not stirred.
Mixed, not stirred, not quite settled in the lingo yet. I don't think that would stay there. I think it would fall off the second the saliva dried. But call me crazy. I might have to try it.
In there, it's different.
Well, after you.
Sure thing.
He didn't bring his drink?
Up slowly and face that wall.
Oh, I didn't say there's a third one. He's going to run into that guy.
Hold it.
Oh, it's the other one. I thought it was one of the third one that was... What is with those sunglasses? Those look like women's sunglasses. I thought it was going to be the third guy who was involved in the shooting of the other guy.
You want for me to get rid of her?
No, just ring the Gleaner and find out if they send a photographer here tonight, will you? Okay.
They didn't send me. I work freelance.
Freelance,
Isn't that convenient?
Tell us and you'll stop.
You'll be sorry. You'll all be sorry, you rats.
So she sliced the guy's face open and they let her go?
No, of course not. Just no grade iron pyrites.
Can I see them?
Well, no, I threw them away.
Who throws away someone else's property even if they're not valuable? That's not cool. Oh, that's the island? It looks like a big oil refinery or something. That's not a good place to be. I don't know about that. Oh dear.
You see what is in the cage. Pick it up.
No. No, thank you. No, 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 no. Yeah, that's how I do all it too. Like, that's a very nice little shirt dress that she's got.
Good night, Mr. Bond.
He's not that attractive. I mean, he's good looking and all, but random women like looking him up and down. Just say, how does he have fresh ice? Maybe put the old one, the possibly poisoned one, farther away from the new one that you just opened, so you don't mix them up accidentally. No, 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 no! It's crawling on him! Oh, it's crawling on him! Oh, it's crawling on him! Oh no! Oh no! 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 That's not CGI either. Oh. Oh, but oh. The music in time with the hit. All right. I understand that they're not that dangerous. The tarantulas are not that dangerous. They're just freaky because they're such big spiders.
Oh, Mr. Bond, there's a telephone message for you. Johnny, what have you done with it?
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah, I'm guessing he probably put it in the little cubby like he was supposed to. Gotta love the old driving in the car with the background behind you. I'm surprised they hadn't developed the ability to have like the car on a low trailer yet and actually film or have even at least either have the camera attached to the car somehow. Are they supposed to be hitting Is that what that sound is supposed to be?
How did it happen? I think they were on their way to a funeral.
And he's just like, yeah, whatever. And follow me like that, you get what you get. How surprised is she going to be that he showed up? Is that a towel around her, or is that a dress?
I don't go to any trouble.
That's a dress. That's literally a dress made out of a towel.
Forgive me. I thought I was invited back to admire
Oh
you.
my. Totally looks like Jennifer Lawrence, though. Is that like her mother or something? Look how much that looks like Jennifer Lawrence. Her nails look good, though.
Sitting around with wet hair, you'll die of pneumonia.
Not in Jamaica. Can she keep him busy for a few hours?
Yes, but I don't want you getting dishpan hands.
I like cooking.
And she's going to cook with wet nails? How does that work?
Careful, my nail varnish.
Yeah, they're ruined now.
Mr. Smith and Wesson. And you've had your six.
Oh. Ow, did you shoot him in the butt? So people keep putting their guns in the sand, man. What is that about? Don't put your gun in the sand.
Are you alone?
What are you doing here? Looking for shells?
She's not there by accident with that knife.
I promise I won't steal your shells.
I promise you won't either.
Good line.
I can assure you my intentions are strictly honorable.
Yeah, right.
Just walk out with your hands up and you'll be okay.
Yeah. I don't think so.
We'll be back with the dogs.
If they were smart, they'd get a dinghy and just like land on the beach and look for them on foot.
Did you ever see a mongoose dance? Or a scorpion with sunstroke sting itself to death?
Do scorpions get sunstroke? Is that why I'm so pale?
Keep quiet.
Something's biting my foot.
Keep quiet anyway if you disturb them.
What's biting her foot? I don't want to know. Oh, they're under the water? That's pretty clever. Oh, it's one random guy left. Oh dear. Could have just let him pass. He probably would have passed by without noticing him.
They're all ready.
Where did her
thank
bikini
you.
top go?
Those are dragon tracks.
Pretty sure that's just a truck or something.
In case he smells us out and comes in looking for us.
Right, now take the second.
Yeah, okay, so if the guns are underwater, the guns still work after they've been underwater, right? Do they? Like, call me crazy, but...
I scratched his face, and then... But he was stronger than I was.
And what happened after that?
What do you think?
I put a black widow spider underneath his mosquito net. A female, and they're the worst. It took him a whole week to die.
Oh, that's pleasant. Good for her.
Well, it wouldn't do to make a habit of it.
Yeah, maybe. And of course her hair, instead of being, flattened to her head, has like the little poof. That's so 60s.
Stay right where you are.
Oh yeah, it's like a little tank thing. But it does breathe fire, okay. It seems like overkill, honestly. Now, how do you even know where the driver is if you're supposed to shoot at the driver? Oh, that's an unfortunate way to go.
And the dame.
In like a hazmat suit? And you know what it looks like? It's like one of the floats in Revenge of the Nerds.
And be careful. We've been in the swamp and they're contaminated.
Oh, the swamp is contaminated. Oh, interesting. They know there's radiation.
Yeah, take this. The whole place is probably alive with snow.
I was going to say that they've probably bugged the room so that they know what they're saying.
I feel so
As I say, there's probably something in the coffee. Oh, he had some too. Those are very villainous shoes. It's like no good comes from someone wearing those kind of shoes. And all white but with black gloves. That's never a good sign. It's nice that she took the time to curl her hair, I guess.
What made us pass out like that?
On the coffee, it was drugged.
So maybe let her get dressed before you walk in. Like, why is she naked? Not a bad place, you know. A little stylish. Very hip. Very on trend for 1967. Is that him in that portrait?
I only gratify your curiosity because you're the one man I've met capable of appreciating what I've done.
Does a really not a sophisticated job at pouring that champagne.
Clumsy effort, Mr. Bond. You disappoint me.
Does he have fake Asian eyes applied to his face? Oh dear.
And that table knife, please put it back.
Oh, we can't all be geniuses, can we?
Nice try.
With your disregard for human life, you must be working for the East.
East, west, just points of the compass, each as stupid as the other. The Americans are fools. I offered my services, they refused. So did the East. Now they can both pay.
So he's Chinese and German, and neither party wants his intelligence, and so he's bitter.
Old domination, same old dream. Our asylums are full of people who think they're Napoleon or God.
Yeah, good point.
Unfortunately, I misjudged you. You are just a stupid policeman.
Oh. Haven't really perfected the fake fight and the fake punch yet. They'll work on that. Yeah, that looks like water down there. Like what? So why is the shirt underneath his jacket so beat up? Because wouldn't he have had a new shirt on? He didn't get that. The jacket wasn't that beat up. Oh, jeez. I don't like tight spaces, and I don't like things when they might get full of water. And like when you're stuck there, they like fill with water. That's not, I don't find that fun, no. He's got some art guns on him, it's probably a good thing that he has those radiation suits. So these guys are all in the same room. These guys have radiation suits on and those guys don't. Like, I don't think that's going to help you. Yeah, those guys at the desk, do they? Or do they have some, oh, is it like clear plastic over the head? Maybe they do. Oh, they do, okay. They've got clear plastic. Better for the movie, I guess. Looks like the Michelin Man. Just like cranking things up so that it cooks. Is he like caused Chernobyl or something? Like, what's happening? But I know that this is, 1967, they would have really depended on like the whole like, and I think that's going to be a common theme throughout all of the movies, just depending on when they're made, they're going to be a reflection of whatever great fear. Okay, those are not very good radiation suits if you pull them up and they can see the torso. But it's gonna, whatever time the movies are made in, I think they're going to be a reflection of whatever fear happened to be going on at the time. So obviously, this post-World War II, well, China through communism, and Germany, and then the whole like nuclear power proliferation and scare at that point, at that time. So it makes sense. I'm not articulating it very well, but you guys know what I mean. Oh, she's like strapped down and stuff, of course. And of course she's running around without her pants on again. She had pants on before. Yeah, so did he just cause Chernobyl, but in Jamaica?
Well, we can swim or...
Or what?
Come here.
Are they seriously going to make out? Oh, Lord. I was going to say, the American guy's got to come and get him. The CIA guy. No big deal. Everything's fine now. What is she doing? Oh, he got down there too. Okay. What? Yeah. I'm not sure what to think about that. I didn't hate it. It wasn't as offensive as I thought it was going to be, but, I'm ready to give it somewhat of a pass as a product of its time. It's almost quaint in its simplicity, but, its use of Asian stereotypes, it makes it hard to be a fan of. Even with the somewhat interesting post-World War II panic over communism and fear of radiation and nuclear power and all that. But the plot is very basic. Someone kills Strangeways and Bond goes and figures out what's going on and kills the guy and blows up his lair. That's pretty much it. It's not terribly complicated. There's not a lot of side stories or switcheroos to keep the audience guessing. The bad guys are bad, the good guys are good, and never the twain shall meet. But I have a feeling none of these movies are going to be really about the mystery of what's actually going on, and that they're all more about the adventure and the glamour and the slick capabilities of James Bond himself. Although it does feel rather realistic, and Bond seems, here at least, seems very human. I thought he was going to be more kind of out there in that sense. I thought he's a good fighter, but he's not invincible or uber capable or anything. He can be overpowered by the bad guys and be freaked out by a tarantula and all that, even though he has all these skills and all this life experience and all of this stuff. So it felt very grounded. I feel like it didn't have that whole spycraft gadgetry that I've always associated in my mind with James Bond. All he has is a gun and some smarts. But now I'm thinking maybe that was a wrong assumption on my part, and the gadgetry is more of a Mission Impossible thing? Or did they just not utilize that much here and it'll come into play in later movies? It's I guess we'll find out soon enough. And then does Spectre become a thing throughout all of the Bond films? Is that Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that from the MCU? So I'm curious if there are threads and themes running through all of these movies here as well. And I'm also curious as we go through these movies to compare the various actors playing Bond, because I don't think we've had a character that has had this many actors playing it. We've had some actors switch in, usually once or, just once. They change the actor and then that actor finishes out the whole series. But yeah, I'm interested to compare the various actors. And I'm sure I'm going to be partial to Pierce Brosnan when we get to that point, because I've always loved Pierce Brosnan movies and Remington Steele, but I'm really dating myself mentioning that TV show, so I hesitate to even mention it, but Remington Steele is an awesome show. I love it. So yeah, overall, not a bad movie. An interesting start to the James Bond legend, The whole movie is somewhat ridiculous, but, it's pure escapism. It's not bad. It's a fun little romp. I'm interested to see more of the James Bond movies and hear your guys' perspective on them, especially if you guys have read the books. Let me know how you feel about how the books are interpreted on the screen, because I'm always curious about that. So thanks so much for watching my reaction. Please take a moment to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button and the bell button to be notified when I post my next movie reaction. I appreciate all your comments and recommendations and arguments and corrections when I screw up the facts, and I love when you guys start arguing with each other. That's super fun. Thanks for watching with me.